Okay, here's the outline and training video for the 5-minute MAO Sniper. This is the criteria for a channel market. The 15-minute price must be on the correct side of the 1534 SMA, and the fresh filter cross needs to be there, and it's best if it's a strong zone. You will see some examples where it wasn't a strong zone, but the fresh cross overrides that, as long as you've got a good solid zone. Strong's preferred, but it can be a weak zone in some situations. The 5-minute price must be on the correct side of both SMAs. The MAO must be either a fresh cross or a primary saddle, meaning the first saddle after a fresh cross. Nothing else counts. If that happens, it needs to reset, which means it needs to cross back through the MAO zero line and come back through, going the right way, to get you that primary saddle or the fresh cross. And it has to be a strong zone 4-bar on the 5-minute. The 1-minute needs to be on the correct side of the SMAs with the price, and the 4-bar must also be a strong zone. Here's an example. Here you can see that this one actually was a weak zone on the 15-minute, but that fresh cross was a good solid move with the fresh cross here, strong 4-bar pattern, and a strong zone here. This actually was red at the time of taking the trade. And you can see we got 13.9 pips out of that one. And here's one where we really managed with a bit of a fight. We did get the fresh cross 4-bar pattern. It's a little late on the filter, so you can see the difference there in a channel market, how it can be pretty tight. But that fresh cross was our entry with the 4-bar and a 4-bar fresh cross on the filter. 15-minute. We ended up only getting 2.1 pips on this. Could have got a little bit more, but channel markets are a bit tough, so we take what we can get. Now when we're talking about a trend pattern, we have a little bit more leeway. And you can see here the price on the 15-minute has to be on the correct side of the SMA. The filter cross, it needs to at least be the same color and on the correct side of the filter zero line. And it can be a weak or a strong zone. The 5-minute has to be on the correct side of the SMAs with the price. The MAO has to be a fresh cross or a primary saddle. Nothing changes there, and it must be a strong zone on the 4. And it must be a strong zone 4-bar on the 5-minute. The 1-minute price needs to be on the same side of the SMAs, and you have to have a confirmed trend pattern and at least an early bird filter or a 4-bar strong zone signal. Here's an example where the 15-minute was on the correct side of the SMAs. It was a fresh cross 4-bar, and the 5-minute was our primary saddle. Correct side of the SMAs was in a trend, and we got our 4-bar pattern at the same time. And the 1-minute was in the trend pattern. Correct side of the SMAs, 4-bar pattern. 35.4 pip trade. Here's another example of the same trade taken by another trader at the same time, working together as a team. You can see that the 1-minute had the 4-bar pattern, correct side of the moving averages. The 5-minute had the primary saddle, 4-bar pattern, and the 15-minute was a 4-bar pattern. Here's another example of another trade that was taken going long, where you see on the 1-minute we had a fresh cross 4-bar pattern right through here, a primary saddle on the 5-minute with a 4-bar pattern, and correct side of the zero lines with a 4-bar on the 15-minute. One last trade taken on the Euro Aussie. Looks very similar to that Pound Aussie trade because it was taken at the same time, but it meets the same criteria. 4-bar pattern, 1 minute, correct side of the moving averages for the trend, a 5-minute primary saddle, 4-bar pattern, and correct side of the filter and MAO, which may enter the strong zone in a trend pattern. Now, I want to go to a live example of what the team did today that demonstrated exactly how this needs to be traded, and hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I just had a 5-minute blink on there on the saddle.
Yeah, it blinked, didn't it?
There's the saddle. Just went away. There's the saddle. Saddle, 4-bar.
I'm in. Stop loss is 145 pips. I mean, not the stop loss, the trade, take profit, excuse me.
Take profit.
Sorry.
That's one heck of a
Yeah,
stop loss there.
That's a horrible stop loss. And my stop loss is at 15. Trailing stop is at 15.
Yeah, the pound out, I had the same setup, I just wasn't looking at it.
That's the power of the team and everyone looking at, some people discussing things, but there's still some of us that are checking the charts out and calling it out so quick, and everyone's on it straight away. And that's what I'm finding that's working so well with everybody. Everyone's starting to chart. Just loving this, man. This is good. So good.
That's the best thing you can have, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm up 5 right now. One up 10.
I'm up 13, 12, 14.
I'm protecting my entry.
Yep.
I'm breaking if anything should happen.
In mine, so I've got a 10 pip trailing stop, which is probably a bit close, as Jed said, but I'm not liking those profits, man. I don't want to get taken out, but yeah.
I'm protected by the 15 trailing on there.
Dad, are we on the 5-minute with this one or the 1 minute? 'Cause it looks like
I'm doing both because it's still fresh in the process. But it is a trend pattern, so I want to see if this 5-minute will go to any factor here.
That was a sweet entry, man.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic ever.
Fantastic.
You guys got in the pound New Zealand, is that the one we were getting in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my trailing stops initiated, guys.
And mine is too. I'm at 16.
I'm at 18, 20.
Great entry, Tony.
Actually, I didn't call
Yeah,
it.
Tony.
I think Steve called it.
Make sure we got 2 Troys here and a Tony, and I thought I was calling you the wrong name.
Triple T's, huh?
Yeah.
Still strong 15, strong 5.
one color change on the filter, 2 color changes on the filter.
Okay, who's all in this?
I'm in.
Yep.
I'm in. I'm in.
So 6 of us that have vocalized it.
I'm the one who called it.
Chad's into it.
Okay, I'm not liking the pull back here. Let's see if
You're managing that on the one, Jed.
right now I'm watching both. My hand's on the trigger. I'd like to see this. If we can get a color change on the one and test that fractal, would be great. But if not,
Yeah, if it goes to 10, I'm out. 10 pips.
yeah, I was just going to call that out,
I'm protected.
Stephen. I was just going to say if it hits 10, I'm closing it.
Yeah. Mine's already set there. Try and stop.
I have my finger right on the button here.
I got my finger on the button.
Well, that filter's just gone over the right on the 0 line. I'll just go across it in 1 minute.
Yeah, let's see what this does here. You know, the fact that we can talk this thing through, it gives confidence.
It's just gone above it.
Yep.
14, 15,
Oh,
16.
come on.
Just drop the bit. Push
There we
it.
go.
Oh.
Maybe.
Push it down.
Keep going, man. Baby needs some new shoes.
16, I think it's the last push before it goes back. It's done that plenty of time before.
Yeah.
That last little push before it actually flips back. See what it does though. 16. 18.
16 and a half.
18. I'll take 18.6. I'm out.
Okay, I just
I
took
got 16,
17.1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go, guys.
Okay, hold on a second. I get these numbers typed in, guys. This is fun. Give me a second. Get the chart up.
It could still go, but I'm happy.
Yeah,
with
it could still go, but we're talking about group profits here and locking in sound entries and signals. Okay, Steven, how much you get?
16.1.
And Tony, how'd you get?
18.6.
Nice. Okay, then there was Jason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me get there. Okay, what was it?
6.6.
Okay, who else was in there?
I was in it. I got 8.
Okay, Chris got 8.
I think Chad typed in on Bob, maybe.
I'm here now.
Oh, there you go.
I got microphone finally. I did 14. I got 14.
14.
Well done.
Goodness. Okay.
You get mine, Jed? This is Troy.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, Troy, what was yours?
Yes. 14.2.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is so... Ah.
I got 4.5 on the previous trade. I didn't tell you about.
Oh, okay. I'll add that into... We want to take every pip we can get, huh?
This is fantastic, man.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
10.1.
Yeah.
Actually had a 7, about an 8-point spread when I took that. It was
Wow.
It was widening.
What was it, 10?
From
You got 10 what?
10.1.
What?
So she might roll over now, but I'm still happy.
Oh, guys, we are at $333 dollars. 333 pip. 332 pips for the day so far. A weekly total of 900.
Can make them slave